The cell's DNA and RNA are made up of nucleic acids. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is a molecule that carries the genetic instructions used to make all of the proteins in the body. Because DNA codes for the instructions for all of the proteins, it controls enzyme production. And then, because all of the chemical reactions in the body, or the body's metabolism, requires enzymes, DNA controls metabolism. Since your DNA is so critical because it has the instructions for basically all of the chemical reactions in the body, this is why DNA in the cells is never catabolized. DNA is essential for long-term survival. RNA, on the other hand, is the cell's temporary copy of a specific region of the DNA that codes for certain protein. It takes the information from DNA to the ribosomes. The ribosomes then use this information to make proteins. The nucleotides from RNA are usually recycled to make new or different RNA. In extreme cases, RNA can be broken down for ATP. Pyrimidines, the cytosine and uracil, can be converted to acetyl groups and added to coenzyme A. The acetyl coenzyme A then can go into the TCA or Krebs cycle. If purines, adenine, and cytosine are deaminated, uric acid is the byproduct. Most uric acid dissolves in blood and travels to the kidneys. From there, it's excreted in the urine. Anabolism, or DNA and RNA synthesis, involves transcription and translation. We talked about that in 231 and in your hopefully in your prerequisite cellular biology courses. To summarize, the 4 organic molecules, carbohydrates and fats, will be used primarily for energy, while proteins provide the raw materials for making hormones, muscles, and other essential biological equipment. Carbohydrates can only be stored in limited quantities, so the body is really eager to use them for energy. We think of carbs as the nutrient that's used first. We can only store a day or two of carbs. Carbohydrates in food are digested into monosaccharides and absorbed through the small intestine's wall. Fructose and galactose are converted by the liver to glucose. As long as insulin is present, cells will bring glucose in more readily than fat. Fats, or lipids, typically provide more than half of the body's energy needs. Fat from food is broken down into fatty acids. Lipids from food is broken down into fatty acids, which travel in the blood and can be captured by hungry cells. Fatty acids that aren't needed right away are stored as triglycerides in the adipocytes. The body is really good at storing fat. Proteins in food are broken down into pieces, amino acids, that are then used to build new proteins with specific functions, such as catalyzing chemical reactions, facilitating communication between different cells, or transporting biological molecules from here to there. When there is a shortage of fats or carbs, proteins can be catabolized to yield energy. But it's more difficult, the byproduct is toxic, and again, we don't want to tear down the structural components of the cell. Now, nucleic acids. Since nucleic acids store and translate the cell's genetic code, they're almost never catabolized for energy. Kind of a last-ditch effort to keep you alive when all else fails.